Hi guys, welcome to another beer review, and today we're going over to Magic Rock, the bastard love child people are ashamed to adore of the craft beer community, it would seem. I'm not going to get into a spiel about Magic Rock. As far as I'm concerned, I'm still going to buy their beers when I see them. They've got two of the best core range beers that I buy every time I see them, being Common Grounds and High Wire Grapefruit. And now we can get some tall boys in the supermarkets, as well as some other core range ones in Tesco's as well. I just wish that in the Tesco's that I've been to, that I've come across Common Grounds and High Wire Grapefruit, but I've got a booths somewhat near to me, and they stock their beers and they do them like free, buy two get the third one free or something like that. So it's a great way, I personally think, with supermarkets to stock up on beers to have. Do you know what I mean? I'm still going to support local bottle shops or any bottle shops when I'm visiting whichever city or town I'm in. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to stop. And yeah, my money will be going to bigger breweries and people who've been bought out. But, when I can get the likes of wonderful beers from 4Pure, North Brewing Company in Tesco's as well, although not in any of Tesco's I've been to. That seems to be almost like rarer than rocking horse shit at the moment. And just let me turn the oven off because I've got me tea cooking. So yeah, I'm all for it. I don't, money dictates my buying choices. Whatever money I've got, yeah, I might splash out at a bottle shop, but it's good to know that in some of my local supermarkets I can get some high quality beers. I mean, yesterday I had that twisted sour from Vocation, the clementine and blood orange sour, and it was just, it was gorgeous. Do you know what I mean? And the fact that I can get beers like that and this, because I have drank it before, for £3, going in with me shopping. It's perfect if you've got a night in or if you're going to a barbecue and you want to stock up on some beers. Yeah, it's I'm all for it. And yeah, I said I wasn't going to get into it, but I say that every time something like this comes up. Yeah, you could talk about that like sort of military aspect of it, but let's be honest, most of your tax money is going to fund armed forces. Do you know what I mean? And most of the clothes and the shoes that you wear are made by people in far off countries who are being treated absolutely awfully. So that whole side of things I don't fully stand behind. Plus most people drive cars, and which is destroying the planet. So there's all sorts of weird morality aspects there. And yeah, big beer is trying to get in on this market. But yeah, I might spend a little bit more sometimes in the supermarket. But I know when I go to a bottle shop, more of the money I'm spending is going directly back to that bottle shop, and when I'm buying beers from a bottle shop, more of that money is going directly back into the brewery. So you're paying a little bit more, but your money's actually doing much more for the industry. I'm sure someone's going to talk about the statistics and the whole economics of it and say, Peter, you're very wrong, but do you know what I mean? It's just, I don't care. I quite frankly don't care. If beer tastes good, I'm going to drink it. Do you know what I mean? But then again, I totally understand bottle shops not wanting to stock this because they want to focus on independent breweries and that sort of thing. So you make your own decision. You use your hard-earned money for whatever you want to do. And live and let live. It's beer at the end of the day. Plus, let's be honest, how many sort of seasonal beers or limited run beers from Magic Rock have I reviewed on the channel? Not that many. So even if I was to take that stance, it would be ridiculous because although I love the brewery and they've produced some of my favourite beers, I'm not on a weekly basis, buying directly from them and supporting them that way. So it would be a little bit moronic for me to have that attitude. Anyway, so this is Luminance, which is a New England IPA, clocking in at 6.5%, brewed exclusively for Tesco's. It may be a pre-existing recipe that they've not really been brewing, so they probably licensed it to Tesco. I don't know, or it might be a completely new recipe. I don't know the ins and outs, but yeah, beautiful artwork there from Drew Millwood, I believe. I always get him mixed up with the graphic designer from Northern Monk. But yeah, anyway, gorgeous, striking artwork, 440ml can, 6.5% ABV. Let's see, this is brewed with barley, wheat and rye. I didn't realise it had rye in there. Doesn't tell you what hops there are, but it doesn't really matter. Plus it's got the German ingredients. I love that, how it's brewed exclusively for a British supermarket chain, but it's got the ingredients in multiple languages. Anyway, nobody points that out, do they? Yeah, I've already had this a couple of times. When I was at my local Tesco's, picked up a couple of cans. I did intend to review the first one I drank, but I just ended up drinking it. So I've got this one. But I did have this one on April 1st when they were being dispatched throughout the Tesco's in Manchester at around 10 o'clock in the morning, after a bit of a late one. Feeling very hungover in the middle of Manchester in the streets, with the lingering taste of a McDonald's double sausage and egg McMuffin, and it was tasting good then. It perked me up, it made me, human. Don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those people who always drinks the next day. It's just, I was like, I cannot get on this train home hungover, so I'm gonna, for an hour, I'm gonna be a bit of an alcoholic and get myself fit enough to get onto the train home. But yeah, it was tasting wonderful then. It was tasting good when I was drinking it the other day. And no, my luck, this will be a Duff can. Anyway, so this best before date is the 7th of March 2020. It's now currently the 26th of April. So I'm guessing, I'm not sure when it was actually canned on, so I'm not even going to surmise. But yeah, a New England IPA from one of the, what used to be one of the most highly regarded craft breweries. I certainly hope people come to their senses and still support the brewery. But we humans are a fickle bunch, and don't we like to voice it? But yeah, look at that. Looks absolutely wonderful. It's, turbid chicken stock with a little bit of vibrancy to it. Lovely sort of mango puree look. Yeah, dense as hell, looks chewy. And then you've got about one finger's worth of a very subtly tinged white head. It looks great in this 2-old glass. I love this style of glass. I used to think they were quite ugly, but when you hold it, it's just like, it's the perfect. And plus I'm a bit of a fanboy for Danish culture, it would seem. Even though I've never been to Denmark, but hopefully I'll be going to Copenhagen someday soon. And getting violently drunk and regretting my life choices, but I'll be in Copenhagen. I don't know when that's going to happen, but it has to happen. Anyway, beer in a glass, it looks fantastic. So let's see what we get on the nose. It's what you expect. Is it the most potent or aggressively hopped on the aroma style beers? No. But it's got that lovely mixture of citrus fruits, tropical fruits, a little bit of grapefruit, blood orange. Speaking of big breweries, Beavertown are having Bloody Hell as a year-long beer, and I'm all for it. Again, Beavertown, another brewery who a lot of people have just completely turned their back on, but they're still doing interesting stuff and still doing collaborations, still putting on intriguing events. And yeah, you can get 4 packs of their beers in Sainsbury's now, I think it is. Again, I'm all for it. If I'm in the area, I can pick up a 4-pack of Gamma Ray. I'm happier than a pig in macro shit. But yeah, anyway. I will say that the opinions are starting to be a bit more rational over these sorts of things, because it is, unfortunately, it's going to be a regular occurrence that successful breweries will get big cash injections, they will get partial takeovers, they'll get full takeovers. So, it happens, it's business at the end of the day. But yeah, this smells wonderful. It smells just as, full of love and effort as the Magic Rock beers you love. Do you know what I mean? Lovely, lovely stuff. Not too potent, but not bland. Smells fantastic. It's so inviting. Lovely sweetness in there. A little bit of a basil leaf character coming out. Anyway, I've waffled on for way too long. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Oh, it's just wonderful. It really, really is. It's got sweetness, but then that bitterness comes through in the back end. Always welcome with these styles of beers. That can be a little bit overtly sweet, and not much in between each one. Oh, it's tasting good. Lovely semi-skimmed milk mouthfeel. Nice level of creaminess. Ridiculously drinkable. And yeah, I'm sure this is over a month old now. I'm not sure when it was actually canned on, but those hops have not dropped off. Oh, it's lovely. The thing that gets me is, if this beer was poured to some of the naysayers and they didn't know what it was, they'd be singing its praises. I mean, is it the greatest example of the style? No. Is it, just a cheap, we'll do this hazy IPA for the supermarkets, we'll have this, whatever, part of the brewery to deal with that. No, it's not. It's still bold, it's flavoursome, it's juicy. Lingers on the palate. Whoa. Nicely carbonated. And yeah, do you know what? For a £3 beer, I could happily pay, and probably have paid for a similar taste beer 2-3 times more than what I've paid for this. And I actually would recommend people who are violently against this to buy a can of this. Buy a can of, it doesn't have to be a really expensive one, it could be a Cloudwater release or something like that. Now, I've noticed North haven't been getting as much shit, even though they haven't had a takeover, granted, but from what I've heard, that North double IPA that's in the supermarkets is just top draw, and so is this. I've had a few of the beers that have been released from Tesco. Personal preference wise, Halcyon will always be the winner because it's grapefruit IPA. It's great for IPA. I'm just so biased towards that style. But I think this could be a very close second. And a beer I've bought 3 times now, and I'll buy multiple times in the future. It's more than just a fridge filler. It's more than just a bigger volume offering from Magic Rock. It's just a lovely hazy IPA. And one that I just can't believe that people would badmouth a beer like this. Legitimately badmouth it. Unless they're not a fan of the style. Do you know what I mean? It's lovely. It really, really is. So in terms of a rating then, I'm going to give that one a 9 out of 10. For me personally, maybe just a little bit more body. Maybe a little bit more fruitiness coming out. That bitterness on the back end is to die for. It really, really is. And it's not too sweet either. So yeah, I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10. Fantastic stuff. A great offering from Magic Rock. I'd be interested to see what other beers they might brew for Tesco's or release in Tesco's, because I've got a feeling, obviously I don't know what the plan is from Tesco and the beer buyer from Tesco. I've heard some really nice guy. I'm not sure if this will be these sorts of beers will come in waves, or these will be a consistent offering in the supermarkets. But yeah, I'd happily buy 2 cans of this each time I went to Tesco's. 2 cans of this, 2 cans of the Halcyon, and 2 cans of the Twisted Sour. Those beers for me have been the best of the bunch so far, and there's still a few that I need to get my hands on. So yeah, if you've tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. This is purely coincidental, by the way. I was just wearing it to work. It is a little bit too small, so it's a perfect t-shirt to wear under your Northern Monk grey sweatshirt, which you might be able to see there. Brewing merch is the new band merch, and I'm very much a whore for that sort of stuff. So yeah, another fantastic offering from Magic Rock. If you've tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Do you agree with my viewpoint on Magic Rock in the whole situation? How do you feel about these beers being brewed in the supermarket, well, for the supermarkets and released in the supermarkets? If any of my friends have felt, well, I know pretty much everyone who I associate myself with in the UK beer tube scene has reviewed this one, so their links will be down below. Check out my Magic Rock playlist, check out Magic Rock, and more importantly, I hope you'll join me next time for another beer review. So thank you guys for watching, and I've got some Quorn crispy chicken nuggets to devour. See you later, guys, and thank you for sticking with me with these overly long and soapbox-esque reviews. I do genuinely appreciate it. Cheers, guys.